feed.
Everything's.
All right.
And we're live.
Oh,
Whoa.
damn! Just lay it down,
Not
man.
dead. On
do we
Halloween.
do?
On Halloween, there's like a lot of dead things.
Kevin, welcome, man.
Hey, it's
Hey.
good to be here.
Yeah.
Kev.
You looking good?
Happy Halloween,
Happy
everyone.
Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot it was Halloween. To be honest.
Ghosts, goblins,
Yeah, it's not really Halloween.
Yeah?
sorcerers.
It's about to get more Halloweeny. Wait, hold on. Let me get us out of the way here. Kevin, you want to come with us?
Sure.
Where-
All right,
Let's
oh,
go.
yeah.
let's go. Here, come
I was
over here.
gonna say, where are we going? Oh, okay. Penciling in the drawing.
I hope you don't.
Oh shit!
Oh,
This could be
Did I
an
just blow your mind?
exciting part of the drawing.
yeah. What
Hmm.
I feel like something's missing though.
Oh yeah.
Music,
Little,
perhaps. There
little
we
background, little ambiance.
Oh, there we go.
Can you speed it up a little bit? That's kind of boring.
No,
Okay.
I actually can't.
100%.
There's no way to do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you feel disadvantaged because you can't control something?
You guys feel like Halloween has like died slowly over the years?
Oh yeah. My sister was just telling me that. Yeah.
Are you're talking like even without Corona or anything like that?
Yeah, I hadn't. I mean, I guess I'm like a 30-something-year-old adult, but
Mm,
I haven't celebrated Halloween for a long time.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Chinese are into it now, so you don't have to. They've taken over.
Well,
that.
that's cool.
No. Yeah, it's a whole consumerism kind of deal. They're
There's a
really
very
they'll sell anything.
It's a very cheery like admission of like the death of Halloween.
that we've given
Oh,
them
that's-
our
that's cool.
culture, through
I
Hollywood.
don't know if we gave
then-
it to them. I think it just kind of took it. Right.
Okay.
Right now.
I think like we stole it too, though, right? Wasn't it Day of the Dead originally?
Was that from China? Wait.
Oh, is that?
No, I think in
I think it's
Mexico.
in Mexico. Yeah.
Oh.
Dia
Yeah.
de los Muertos.
Oh.
Whoa. Maybe I should turn the music down.
Possibly.
Maybe I should check.
There's a
Make
lot
sure
of,
it's not
lot of
breaking our
pumpkins.
eardrums here.
So yeah, I was just gonna say that's a lot of pumpkins there.
You're talking about her chest, or
It's not.
I was talking about the pumpkins. but-
Okay, wait, hold on. I
Oh.
gotta say something. A
What?
joke is less funny when you laugh hysterically at your own telling of it.
oh, I shouldn't laugh at my jokes.
Ah!
Oh shoot, I never knew that.
I feel like generally speaking, that's true.
Okay.
I'm just saying. If you were going for comedy,
If I was gonna be a comic, I would take that into consideration.
okay.
No, but like sometimes,
Mm.
like when a comic laughs, it's funny
Right.
too.
Yeah,
Someone
I
just
could
has a
be-
hysterical laugh.
Yeah, it's just contagious. Yeah, I agree with you.
No.
You're half laughing at the laughter.
Right. You
Half a
just go
joke.
along with it. Yeah. So this is what is this, like an assembly line or something? What is it?
I don't know. All I see is pumpkins,
Right.
and that's not a euphemism.
Should be.
There are. It's like they all got.
Let's sink it in. Okay, great.
Hmm.
But the witches always dress like that. I mean, shouldn't she be in like a black gown of some kind? Isn't that more appropriate?
I think that style came around in like the 50s, 60s, and
Went out with Bela Lugosi. Kind of went out with the
Oh.
Dracula. So.
right, because like witches were just that one thing in Salem where everyone went crazy and started burning women at the stake.
Right.
I don't
Right.
think
Bad-
they just
bad
burn women
timing.
at the stake. They burn in a lot of people.
Were they?
I don't know. Wow. I'm asking. I don't remember. All
I
I
don't
remember
know.
from that time period is Scarlet Letter. No, was this Scarlet Letter? Or was it The Crucible?
Yeah, that's
That movie
too
with Daniel
literary for me.
Day-Lewis. Shout out to Daniel
it's cool.
Day-Lewis.
hope he's watching.
He's a fan.
We have
So,
29 subscribers, so it was like, yeah.
Is that
we,
bragging or
Well.
is it just a cry for help? Man, I feel like I want to make you bigger, Kevin, but I feel
We're-
like Skype's gonna explode if I
Yeah, don't even bother with that.
don't even. Punch it.
But our channel's only
It's not about size.
our channel's only a couple months old, so
It's about where you put it, right?
we're not very.
Well, yeah. And having a gifted tongue.
Oh yeah, that as well. Man, this music's getting intense. Is it just me?
Yeah, man.
Maybe I should turn it down. Nah.
Creative
all right.
Commons is out there.
Creative Commons coming for us. Even though it's
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense why they would.
Okay, so
Should we have speeded this drawing up?
No, I don't know. You're always complaining about how slow the videos are, but I don't hear anyone. I don't know, Kevin.
I think I
Now
like
that
them
you're-
at, yeah,
now that you're-
8 by, yeah.
I mean,
I don't like the 8x
I don't know.
personally. Kevin, do you have any thoughts? Even though we're not at the final thoughts, they're just thoughts.
I
These are
do
just
have
thoughts.
thoughts.
Yeah,
Ran-
man.
These are just thoughts. I have many thoughts.
Random.
Lay it on us, man.
Probably depends on like how long of a video we're going for. You know?
Oh, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we don't even know what we're going for, right? Are we just going for something to look at while we banter? You know,
More or less, that's my
it's
'Cause,
pretty much what the channel's become.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just listening to us talk
yeah,
shit.
pretty much. Should we just, after this video's done, should we just like keep recording? Just, oh wait, I can't record. Just,
I think it's
I need to
gonna
figure out how to do
A
that.
second. Where's the simultaneous slurp?
Oh,
How
I don't
long?
know.
How long is this video anyway?
this video looks like 22 minutes.
Oh, it's pretty long.
Yeah, you say
Oh,
that every
there,
time
thank
though.
God. Let's drink.
All right, Kevin, you drinking some?
I'm in for a gulp.
Other than a giant hydro flask of whatever. Oh, that's a pretty cool hydro flask. What's
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ash had an
You
extra
have
hydro
no
flask.
idea what you're drinking? Oh, you mean like the print?
Yeah. Oh, you mean like what's inside of it? Just straight water right now.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
It's got no holiday libations because it's Halloween. Shouldn't we be partying?
Nah, cause like
Partying.
I have that Asian thing where I can't drink unless I take a Pepsi AC and then I can drink.
Oh yeah, you were telling us
Oh,
last
yeah, you
last
were telling
time.
us that, yeah.
But you found out something
Yeah.
recently, right? Like, I don't know. You can't drink alcohol
Yeah.
anymore, or?
Oh no, yeah. So my liver enzymes were elevated, and I was really hoping there was a good reason for that, but it turns out I'm just overweight.
You're overweight.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
But how
I
much?
am.
My doctor says I gotta lose 10% of my body fat.
That's not a big deal.
Uh,
I mean, I've been in Hawaii 2 months now, and lost 14 pounds.
Hey,
Oh.
good job, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to pat myself on the back.
But when a doctor says like 10% body weight, I feel like
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
meaningless. Why doesn't he just tell you like 10 pounds, 20 pounds?
right.
Right,
Like
I mean,
10%.
20 pounds.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
how- 'cause
doable.
I guarantee that's what WebMD said.
That's doable. 10 pounds. That's
He's like-
that's doable. That's
He's like
very doable.
looking it up on his tablet. Wait, hold on. And
You have no idea how common that is.
Yeah.
what? Doctors looking up WebMD right in front of their patients?
Yeah,
Admitting they're
like straight up, you have
incompetent.
no idea how common that is.
I guess I don't. Yeah, I don't really go to many doctors. So I got no idea. What? Like what makes
all-
you say it's
all
so
the medical
common?
staff that I work with?
Yeah.
So I work in a medical adjacent field, right? I'm a psychologist,
Okay.
and I
Right,
talk with
right.
doctors all the time.
Sure.
And nurses, and like every time we don't know what something is or like we can't figure it out, we just Google it
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we read WebMD.
Oh.
Oddly
Okay.
enough, they're trying to claim that Google is a monopoly, and they're trying to they're trying to bring them up on monopoly charges.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean-
we all depend on it so much, so it's like
Yeah, I feel like breaking it up would do more harm than good.
like they
at
did
this
with
point.
AT&T. I mean, Bell Labs was vital research facility, group. So
Like, I mean, at some point, you want all of human intelligence to be consolidated, you know?
Well,
and just have it all in one place.
they produced a
Oh,
lot
man.
of
With backups.
patents.
You talking about Neuralink, man? You trying to
Oh,
get,
yeah,
you
that'd
trying
be
to get
cool.
up on Neuralink?
I mean, I'm uncomfortable with placing things into my brain.
That's generally, I think, yeah, that's most of people. Most of humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, the Chinese government wanted. I would go for that. I mean, if they wanted to put something, they probably
Yeah, but,
But-
you're a sheep, so
and a
You know
and a
what, though?
comrade.
It-
Okay, so
yeah. That
if
too.
if it
Comrade
gave me
sheep.
like superpowers,
yeah,
maybe I would
exactly.
consider it.
What kind of superpowers?
Like if I could like multiply in my head, that would be sweet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think you can do that already.
you could just break out a calculator.
No, but
and
like
do it.
fast, you know?
Oh, okay.
Or like if I could
Like, what are you
remember
trying to-
telephone numbers.
Okay.
Yeah,
in my head.
Yeah.
Wait.
Or what
I feel
the,
like
what the balance of your
feel like I-
Robin Hood account is, or something. Yeah.
these are all things you could look up, guys. I mean, I don't know. There's not. I don't think you need like a chip.
Yeah, but then you know how like before the internet, you would just like remember things, and
Yeah,
then now
like phone numbers.
you don't remember anything. Phone numbers. Most people can't do basic math.
That's
Um,
Alzheimer's.
Well, I think we've just outsourced it to our cell phones, which is
Yeah,
that's
right.
basically
We
what
don't
Elon
have
Musk
to do
was saying, you know?
that task
Ah.
anymore. Yeah, right.
It's
Yeah.
like why waste the brain power
Right,
on the
right.
thing that we have on our phone,
Yeah.
which we always have.
Right.
So,
You know,
what do you feel like you're using your brain power on these days then?
mainly video games.
Certainly
Hell.
not. Certainly not watching
Nice.
this drawing, because the drawing's still.
Oh, I completely forgot about this
No,
drawing.
I'm
That's
totally
okay. I'll
immersed in this
remind. I'll
drawing.
remind you.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Said the artist. You know, it's like.
like. Can I just say,
yeah.
I'm really happy to have you here, Kevin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you guys.
You were one of the way back supporters.
Way back. Way
Oh,
before-
yeah.
Yeah, you were like,
before the channel.
you were talking about making a website. And
Yeah, you were a subscriber before we had.
You're a subscriber whether you like it or
Yeah.
not,
What?
whether you
Wait,
even
yeah.
know.
Don't force him into anything. Wait.
Because we implanted a Neuralink chip back in your brain back then.
That's the other thing I'd be
Seriously.
worried about with the Neuralink.
I seriously.
You know, is just like, what if they implant some shit that like makes me like believe stuff? You know?
Yeah, like hypnotists can do that.
I feel like, yeah, that's a thing.
That's why, yeah, Alex is kind of, his best friend is like, this,
Oh, you call me Alex now? What happened to Al?
well, yeah, I'm just trying to be formal, but I mean, she does hypnotism.
Yeah,
Deborah
Kevin
does.
Kevin knows Aurora.
Oh shit!
You know Deborah too?
Okay, yeah, keep.
I
going
don't
with
think I
Deborah.
met Deborah.
Aurora Deborah.
But,
I don't know.
Oh,
That was her name.
is that?
It's Aurora.
In a
He's
past
trying
life,
to be
she
funny.
was a Deborah.
There's no.
Gotcha.
She even says
gotcha.
she hates that name. That's not a.
Wait till she watches this video.
Yeah.
Hey Deborah,
No, but like
wherever you
back,
are.
back on that topic of the Neuralink thing, right?
Oh,
Because
okay.
like I feel like I'm gonna become.
I thought you were gonna say
like-
back on the topic of this drawing, but that would just be
No,
silly.
this is
Forget the
going off. By the way,
Yeah,
Yeah,
shit,
no,
they're
that's
this
why.
thing
That's
is-
why the
is-
final thoughts is at the end.
They're-
It's like
they're-
you,
okay.
you, no matter what, you're
Ignore
always
the
gonna have
drawing. Ignore
end.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm watching it, but I'm like,
yeah, no.
this is
Well, it's the
beyond
therapeutic.
my
It
comprehension.
has a therapeutic effect. You should have your patients.
Yeah,
You do psychology.
like-
should you have their patients watch this?
But yeah,
I
man.
feel
What's up
like-
with Neuralink? What are your thoughts?
I feel like you know how like mechanics,
Mhm.
they like work on cars, right? And then now there's like the Tesla electric cars, and old school mechanics just like can't work on that anymore.
Oh, they diagnose.
You know, I feel like
diagnosed,
that's gonna be how it's like when Neuralink comes out. It's there because right now
Yeah.
big part of my job at the jail is like manually resetting people's brains
Mhm.
when they're in a manic episode.
Okay.
So you feel like an old school
And-
mechanic, but for brains?
Yeah,
Right,
like-
right.
Like more or less, like sometimes someone is just going crazy,
Mhm.
and the only thing that takes them out of it is if you have security staff like tackle them to the floor
Wow.
and then inject them in the butt with haloperidol.
Yeah.
Why don't you
Damn.
just strap
Which
them
is-
down and show them one of the videos?
But I mean, you
I
only do
wonder,
that in like
actually.
cases
It's
where
actually not funny.
they're gonna like harm themselves
Yeah.
or harm other people.
Yeah.
Nothing a little time lapse wouldn't cure. Remember that. This is all therapy.
But like it's like, to me, that's like slapping a television set, to get it to work better.
We did that.
And-
We did that back in the day. The rabbit ears. And
Right.
Bang it on the side.
And it worked.
Yeah.
And it
Right.
worked.
Like that was the solution when your TV set was having bad
Just
reception.
bang
You
the
just hit it
crap
a couple
out of it, yeah.
times,
It just.
and it would start working
Dad
better.
had the right punch. It was just boom. Just
Yeah.
hit it. Boom.
Yeah. Eventually, you got the little technique
And
down.
then we went to-
and you
went
slap
from-
it in the right way.
Went from black and white to color. Whoa. Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but I feel like that's what Neuralink is gonna, now I'm not just gonna be able to slap a brain with some Haldol
Right.
and reset it. I'm
Right.
gonna have to actually like go back in with some computer programmer and,
Neural.
Damn, what's left for you
Rearrange
to do
a few
then at that
synapses
point?
in there. Yeah.
You gotta be some
Yeah.
nerd.
A couple of
that's why
neurons.
I'm fighting the technological revolution personally.
Adapted.
Oh, yeah?
It's just, my
Um,
sister and I were just talking about that. How children watch us use adults use their phones and computers, and they're subliminally being brought into the technology world. It's like the Chinese drivers.
Oh, back to China. Everything. has
The
to go back to
the
China.
current generation doesn't know how to drive because they couldn't watch their parents drive because they didn't have cars back then.
Hmm.
So
Huh.
I smell the whippy all over this. Yeah. So I mean, the Chinese are bad drivers because they weren't brought up from birth, sitting in the back seat watching their parents drive. But our children now, the little kids, are watching us use technology, so they'll just normally just adapt right into it, and embrace it.
So what is
yeah, I guess
California's
so.
excuse?
For
It's California.
Oh. Yeah, what is California's excuse?
They have the weather. They don't need an excuse. It's California.
I mean, like California drivers are world famous,
Yeah.
For?
If you just want to pull a U-turn in the
They're
middle of the
driving
lane.
fast. California drivers just drive fast. It's just incredibly fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and if you go to California and drive and you're not driving fast, you feel like you're gonna die
Oh yeah.
because
yeah.
everyone else is flying
yeah, they're
past you.
flying. I've driven there. It's like back in the day, but yeah, they're fast drivers. The Chinese, no,
Yeah.
they're not fast. They do weird things, but they weren't brought up driving.
Cool. How do we
That's pretty interesting.
get on this?
Yeah, it's a generational thing where you're adapting into what you've been taught from birth, from when you were a little child.
Yeah, but speaking of that though, I've seen kids who like can't even speak fully, operating like
Alright.
a tablet
Nowadays,
or a cell phone.
Wow.
They know how to put the YouTube video on the cell phone.
Are you talking like a?
They don't know how to put a sentence together.
Talking like a
Wow.
3 or 4 year old.
well,
Or are you talking like an
Or
8-year-old?
like even like a
okay,
like a
you're right about that.
1 to 2 year old
Oh, okay.
can
right,
like they can like touch and they know what to touch to make
Crazy. Man.
the
right.
iPad or the tablet or whatever do the thing.
But as
Yeah.
far as literacy goes, nothing, huh? Nothing upstairs.
I mean, they don't know how to read. They don't know how to.
I think it's
they're not
incredible.
speaking all that good.
When I started writing the Empty Nation, the series I wrote, the fictional series, I really was a poor writer. But 750,000 words later, yeah, I was pretty good. I was getting pretty good at it. So I mean, I think, I grew up in that wasn't very mandatory to be a Shakespeare when you graduated.
What was mandatory?
Just get by, just get through it, any way you can.
Yeah.
I feel like that's another way that like values have changed over time. This whole coronavirus thing really broke down the notion that you need to be sitting in the same place at work for 8 hours to get paid.
Yeah, no. Another thing me and
You
my
know?
sister were just talking about. It's a new.
Like, why do we do that? Because we used to have to like
Yeah.
actually do things in the factories.
Right, let's
but
commute.
we don't
let's-
we don't have to do that anymore.
Let's commute less, make less pollution, and work at home. Why not?
I'm so down to be working at home.
Tour
But,
du Drawing.
Go to draw.
mainly because I want to sleep all the time.
And work when you want to work, or drink
Yeah.
drink a beverage you want to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
All right, so I had questions about what is RUD?
Oh,
R-U-D, are you dead?
randomly unexplained drawing.
Oh.
Supposedly,
Oh.
the story goes, Jam Crab gives us these descriptions of what to draw, and exposed to the public, like almost like a leak of some kind. And and if we can't interpret what his description is, it just goes into the unexplained bin.
No.
But that's the story behind that.
No.
What's the story?
You just described the Weepy Leaks.
Okay.
The random thing was something I threw out there saying, like, because you were trying to fit everything into Weepy Leaks. So I was like, just do a random one, man. Just whatever comes to your mind. And now you're trying to fit it back into the storyline somehow.
Always back in the.
It got retconned.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
retconning is an interesting thing. And I think we're going to retcon this pumpkin drawing.
Yeah? I have no idea what you're
in the
talking about, by
future.
the way, but go for it, man.
Retcon is when you take what's known as canon,
Yeah?
which is like the official, like storyline.
Oh,
from the-
sort of like
from, like, the
fan.
creator.
Yeah. Fan fiction?
Yeah, and then like when Disney bought out Star Wars, they retconned the alternate universe, so like that
okay.
doesn't exist anymore.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So
Is
we're
that
gonna
why
retcon
they're
these pumpkins?
Is that why they're so shitty?
Retcon.
Watch Mandalorian is what I was
Oh,
saying.
Mandalorian is. Oh, you're saying the show. Okay, all right, gotcha.
Yeah. Or
I was
like the
talking about-
entire they had. Go ahead.
No, I was talking about the movies. Like,
Oh no, yeah, those are
oh man,
kind of
they're
trashy.
so bad.
Yeah, they have been.
I think there was a scene in one that I just like. I wasn't supposed to, but I literally laughed out loud, like in the theater, and I felt bad because I was like, it was like me and one other guy, I think, but it was just like, man, is this? All right, okay, I guess
That's
this
dumb.
isn't supposed to be a funny moment. That's cool. But yeah, all right,
Anyway, yeah.
cool drawing, man. 3 seconds
Yeah, that was
left.
good. Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
Thanks for watching.
yeah, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Kevin, for joining us. Do you have any other things to say about that drawing or anything?
I mean, it was cool. I
About
don't
nerd.
have any type of artistic talent in my body, and
That's
I'm
where
a
it resides,
big-
Where it resides,
somewhere in the
yeah,
body.
It's there, but
I'm a big fan of like interpreting drawings.
Yeah.
As a psychologist, that's like a long-standing tradition where we, tell people about themselves.
What do you
Yeah.
think this one
based on what we
says?
think. I'm still gathering data on that one,
I mean,
Okay, so maybe the next
and
one.
it'll cost you
that's-
money if you want to know.
right, exactly. Build me
that's-
later. It's just,
I see what's going
So-
on here.
but that's why I
Yeah.
try to pass off the description of the drawing onto the Whippy folks and Jam Crab, because I don't want to be
Yeah.
responsible for somebody analyzing my sanity, because the drawings are absolutely out of
Because you have
out of
none.
your mind.
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be blamed for any of this stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather blame Jam Crab.
How should we outro?
Outro to Jam Crab? Or
We're out.
Oh,
or-
Notice that smokers really like dark chocolate.
smokers like that.
smokers like dark chocolate.
Yeah.
They're going
And
into
I'm
a
not
whole,
sure
whole nother realm.
wonder what that's all
What the
about.
reason is.
Of habits.
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe it's like that whole palette, like
I think
like
it's palate related.
chocolate, coffee, cigarettes. That's
Right.
like
Right.
all
Yep.
in one
but
kind
I had a red
deal.
wine
That, like,
chocolate.
bitter
A chocolate red wine
taste.
is awesome. I thought it was going to be gross. Chocolate and red wine, but it was
it sounds pretty good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, you see how they look like cigarettes?
Yeah, they do kind of look like cigarettes. Oh, my dad just walked
I think-
away for some reason.
I think in that image they were specifically going for that because that's like a marketing.
That's
you know,
weird because
um,
that's just kind of naturally how Pocky looks.
Yeah. But you know, you see in that one up there. If you go up a little bit,
Yeah.
there's one with smoke coming off of it right there. That one.
Whoa.
Yeah, right there.
Right here.
Left one.
Left one. Oh,
That
okay.
You see the smoke coming off of that one?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Wow. You're right. Shit.
I'm pretty
They're
sure
really going
that-
for like. They're really going for like a
Yeah.
smoker vibe.
Yeah. But this was my favorite. I mean, this thing was freaking delicious.
Mm.
Just the right and the tactile sensation of breaking that thing off. You know.
Man, you're all about that
off.
tactile sensation, dude. My dad drew a mechanical keyboard drawing.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
What the
Oh,
hell are you?
Show
What is
Kevin.
that?
It's my TikTok.
Can you stop the TikTok?
What? I got 43 fans on TikTok. I'm doing
You
I'm
and
doing
Brigado
better.
sound exactly
doing-
the same, by the way.
I'm doing better than YouTube. And I'm doing,
Sebastian's got a
God.
TikTok, and I was telling him how
I also
exactly like how
Does Brigado have a
sounded.
TikTok?
does Brigado have a TikTok?
Oh my god.
Yeah, but does
Yeah,
Brigado have
Brigado's
Dao Yin, the
the
Chinese
OG
version
TikTok.
of TikTok?
Oh
there's
yeah,
shit!
you don't-
No, I
there's
don't
a
know.
TikTok
I don't think
in
he does.
China. It's the same
You should,
thing.
You should
the
hit
same
him with that.
same company.
Dao Ying.
Dao Yin.
Dao
Oh,
Ying.
yeah.
Dao Ying. I don't see
Dao
it, man. I'm searching Dao Ying.
D-O-U.
Might be with a T.
D-O-U.
Oh, D-O-U. Dao Ying.
Dao Yin.
Dude, are you a child, man? We're having a conversation here. Why are you watching your freaking phone over
Oh,
here?
sorry.
I mean, yo, man, TikTok, man.
I don't
man, get
care.
on his social media
Oh,
game.
checking out my fans.
You're pathetic. That's what I think of your fans.
I couldn't, dude. Like,
couldn't do
I'm
TikTok.
too old, I think, man. Like, I missed it. I was around before the internet.
You're too old.
And
This
then-
guy's 62. You're not too old.
No.
Right,
But
right,
you
no.
can have the Renaissance, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Renaissance? Wait, what? I said
Yeah, yeah.
like I knew what you were talking about, but I had no idea.
Yeah. I know. I'm just making shit up, by the way.
Oh, speaking of making shit up, look at our search history. We went from candy pasta.
What?
You're gonna get a lot of targeted ads pretty soon.
Oh, shit.
At least MILF Prisoner isn't in there. Oh man. What do you think about TikTok? Are you like? I guess you just said what you think about it. You're too old.
I mean, I personally, I see the appeal of it for people, but I feel like I've transcended that need for
Damn. that's-
shallower.
It's like
Levels of
it's like a
social
yeah, exactly. It's like a Burrito thing.
Yeah. It's like if you want to just like have like a quick oxytocin and dopamine
cool.
hit, you know, then
Right.
hit that TikTok and it's like wang.
Right.
Wang. I
Yeah.
love your like. I feel like you use wang a lot these days as a sound effect.
That was a Brigado thing initially, because
Was it? Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think he was watching some kind of Bruce Lee video or something, and he was saying like karate punch like ba, kung fu punch like wang. And so
It sounds like some
every
Dave
time something happens,
Chappelle skit or something.
we're just like wang.
Yeah. He makes a lot of stuff up.
Yeah. It's another
Really?
person that I like, more or less I keep him in my life. Well, not only because he's a friend, because he's just like an interesting person to like study the mind of.
It's a psych project. Yeah.
That's funny because
I feel the same way about
started-
Brandon. Yeah.
I started recording in OBS just to maybe put this at the very end of the video we just did. But
Yeah.
maybe I won't put that in. I don't know.
You
I don't know if
can,
you
man.
want that.
So, I mean, like he knows. He's not unaware that I'm fascinated
That
by
you're
the way
studying
his brain
him.
works.
Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of your friend, but I'm also kind of trying to
You're like my
open your brain.
Psych project. If I can dissect that thing.
Should
and
have wrote a
see where the
dissertation on it.
abnormality
Dissertation
is.
Yeah. Dude.
No,
on the
No, but I mean, like,
American
it's-
male.
it's legitimately fun to have him around, you know, and
Oh
that's
yeah, Brigado's a fun guy.
an interesting thing to me, like how some people can just be fun. And
Yeah.
you know, is that something that is something developed or studied, or is it innate, or you know, like how much of that is nurtured and how much of that is just, like what you're born with. It's
That's a
really
good question,
interesting
man.
to.
But
'Cause- and-
yeah.
Oh, that looks like a good question too. What is that?
Oh, who makes up the West? I don't know. I just typed in weirdest psychology dissertations. I'm gonna slap that shit out of your hand if you keep playing videos.
99% of the U.S. subjects and 80% of the other Westerners.
He thinks I'm joking.
Anyway, I think
Yeah.
that's it for me for tonight.
All right,
It was a
man.
good run.
All right, dude.
Thank you for the intellectually stimulating discussion and the
Yeah.
drawing.
Oh, thanks for your
It's,
input.
that-
I could
feel
I
like
could
that gets me into
I could draw
creative
about
mood space.
I could draw about prisons now. Yeah, I could
Yeah, I'd be
No,
interested
I'm
in
definitely
seeing
gonna
your
put-
take on that.
put one together about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cool.
That's
I mean,
fascinating.
the idea of prison is very fascinating.
And eugenics and the whole thing.
In and of itself.
Well, I mean, it's just
Eugenics,
like we've
whoa,
decided that
that's-
we're gonna throw some people inside of this place and not let them out because
Right.
we
yeah,
said
yeah,
so.
No, yeah, right. The whole
Yeah.
It is, yeah. If you put it that way, yeah.
incarceration
It's
thing.
definitely.
It's like you did the
Definitely
thing we said
interesting.
not to do. Now we're gonna take away your freedom and treat you bad.
Yeah. Most people don't think about it that way, huh?
I do all the time. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Daily.
At what point do you feel like you started doing that, though? Because I feel like
well, because I went to jail when I was in college,
Whoa.
right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got arrested like multiple times. I got arrested actually in college.
Oh, like a
And
night,
like it just, but like I felt because like my socioeconomic status was high enough, I was protected from the negative effects of prison and jail,
Oh,
right? Like,
right.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
You were bailed out.
so it
and,
didn't
you
like
got-
traumatize me or anything, but
Yeah.
I got the experience. It's,
Yeah,
like when people
that's
go on
scary
those,
enough,
like I saw this thing where there's a bunch of white teenagers in high school lining
Yeah.
up against the side of their gym to get pepper sprayed by the cops, right?
Mm.
As just like
Wow.
an experiment, and that's like to me that's like socioeconomic tourism.
Wow.
Like they're getting to see what it's like to be black for a day when the cops will just come up and pepper spray your ass or tase you or something, or break your arm, whatever. And but it's safe for them because they're just there with a tour guide. It's not like they're actually out in the middle of some ghetto somewhere.
Who's the tour guide?
The cop in this case, and they're
So they
their
kind of
school
babysit
teacher.
them or something?
Oh, they like.
Well, I mean,
give
the-
them
you
an
know, the-
experience. Yeah.
The cop like was having a good time too. He got to pepper spray some kids in the face.
Yeah. This is like
That's a good day.
that's for it.
And like to me as well, I like seeing a bunch of dumb teenagers getting pepper sprayed
Yeah.
because
It's
there are
always
some
fun.
things that you don't have to do it to know that it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A normal.
Yeah,
You can
I think
observe that
that's-
one and just like that experience looks painful, and I don't want to do it, but they wanted to do it, so
Yeah, that's true.
you know.
That's why it's kind of like when someone's like, "Oh, have you tried?" Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that I don't have to try to know. Probably
Right,
not a
yeah,
good
yeah.
idea. I think this guy was trying to pull that on me earlier this week.
Well,
Like,
I
have you
feel like
tried? I
it's the same
can't
way when
remember
people
what it
like,
was
have you
with.
tried
Like,
TikTok? It's like
Yeah, have you
Mm,
tried? No,
I don't really need TikTok.
It's
You
big
know, I feel like
dumpster
I'm,
fire of shit. I don't know. That's
but
coming from.
and I think what they're going for like the feeling that they associate with TikTok. Have you tried this feeling I associate with TikTok? Right, not the app itself. It's like, have you tried being connected to a bunch of strangers and sharing like creative videos with them? And it's like, well,
Yeah.
I haven't tried
That
that,
is
and I have no interest in
kinda
that,
what it is.
But I can
know,
see
that's
how
weird.
that to some people is very interesting.
Yeah.
Look, I got
And
365.
very novel.
I don't care.
365 views
I don't
on
care,
it.
Dad. I don't.
Fuck, you know,
Like
I'm
as
like a-
we're
I'm like a
talking, as we're
star.
shitting on TikTok, you're over here doing the exact thing we're
460
talking shit about.
I try
We're
to
having
approach it
a-
with a non-judgmental mentality, right? Like,
Yeah, that's probably
Because I
probably
think the
good.
judgmental side of me is like, yeah, like this is a trap, right? Like this is
Well,
just
it's just like we're having a conversation right now, and then this dude pulls out his phone and he's like bragging about his views. It's like that embodies
well,
exactly
but
what's wrong with it.
I can see how in some ways that's like almost an important thing that's like hardwired into our brain. You know, the need for social connection, right? And
Yeah.
like because we're programmed that way, this app is just like very uh enticing to a lot of people who, you know, maybe don't self-analyze their desire to connect with strangers as much. Um, and it provides a legitimate sense of like belonging for a lot of people.
Hmm.
And I think Brigado,
Uh,
This
and
should be
this is
good.
your this is your
And this is
conclusion.
where it goes off the rails.
like, but he no, he's like doing it like ironically, but because I'm
But
sure he
also, I feel like
recognizes.
not ironically.
Yeah, but then also at the same time, like he's in like a very hedonistic way. He's just like, yeah, I'm all in on this, right? Like I'm gonna rock
Yeah.
my TikTok and
Right.
I'm gonna be the TikToker. So
Um,
I don't judge people for it, you know.
Yeah, I'm a
So
TikToker.
I, I
I
I'm
mean, I
I'm
don't judge
interested.
people for doing it. It's
I got a
but
gym.
when it's right in front of me and I'm like interacting with them, then I'm gonna strangle the fuck out of you.
I got a GM crab TikTok. I mean, I mean, fuck it into it, man.
What the hell is going on here? Someone just photoshopped an owl. That's kind of weird.
Man, it's Weird
Analyze
Al.
that.
It's Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
Weird Al Yankovic with an owl on his face
Wow.
is what that
Oh
picture is,
yeah,
and it's a pun.
you're right. Holy shit, it's a pun. Oh yeah, because there's
See,
another
they
one
should have
here.
put Yankovic at the end there.
Whoa, Weird
By the way,
Al
Weird Al
Yankovic.
is
Ah, okay.
yeah. Weird Al
Yeah,
is
I see what you're saying.
what the fuck is his actual name? Is his name Al Yankovic?
Um,
Is it
maybe
Albert? Hold on, let me.
that's the part you're questioning.
Because
You're like
he
up in arms
branded
about
himself
Al. It must
so
be
well.
Albert. Yeah, he
No,
definitely
like
was
can
spot
you
on with the
imagine
marketing.
just like you give yourself a nickname and then like that's how everyone in the world knows you.
Al.
Like
Yeah.
and like no one even thinks what's his first name.
Right.
It's Alfred.
Oh, you looked it up. All right. I was
Yeah,
gonna look
Alfred
it up on
Matthew Yankovic.
Alfred Matthew Yankovic, yeah, is an American singer, songwriter,
from
musician,
Linwood.
recorder, producer, satirist, actor, music
Satirist, yeah.
video director, and author. I didn't know he wrote a book. Who is known for humorous songs that make light of pop culture and often parody specific songs by contemporary musical acts. He's 61. Oh, he's your age, Dad.
Oh,
I wonder if he's on TikTok.
I can relate to him.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wonder if Weird Al's on TikTok.
Nah. He's too big for that, probably. I feel like at that point,
Yeah,
do you
I
really
feel like
need
there's
to
not
be
a lot of
on
Jewish
TikTok?
people on
I mean,
TikTok.
he's got to be Jewish, right? I feel like any white,
Yankovic?
like that's how you can tell if someone's Jewish. And this is coming from someone who grew up in Hawaii, so I've like no understanding of Jews. So all I know is that if they're white and they have curly hair, they're probably Jewish. That's yeah.
Why?
White plus curly hair, white skin plus curly hair equals Jew. That's like the
Wow.
math that goes on in my
Yeah.
head.
Wow. Okay.
But like also Jewish people are really interesting because despite us, you know, as a human species killing off like 99.99%
Yeah.
of them, like all of the ones that are in America are like doctors, lawyers, bankers, super
Because
rich.
They're smart people.
Like,
Yeah, they're crushing it, man.
when's the last time you saw a homeless Jewish person? Like, I mean, I guess I haven't been to New York.
Well, I
but-
can't tell. I can't really tell. I guess that's the thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
I can't. Yeah, I
But,
mean,
like,
part of
would
that
say,
is
like,
not.
the percentage of them is doctors and lawyers and successful, you know, like compared to any other, I don't want to say race, but you know, like ethnicity.
Yeah.
is like very high.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd say that.
Weird
They
Al
also have
is,
like
like
50% of the Nobel prizes or something like that. That's kind of
yeah, something like that,
yeah,
which is insane. And
And smart people.
yeah.
yeah, it's just like, why was Hitler trying to exterminate these people? You know, it's-
I think the J, man.
A lot of
People
the
are J.
Jewish
Dude,
Yeah,
what's
he
going
must
on
have been
here?
J.
Holy
a
shit.
lot of them were from Russia.
Yeah.
That went to that ended up in Israel. A lot of them migrated from Russia after the war to Israel. That was the majority of the folks that settled in Israel.
Israel.
And the Russians are no dummies to begin with. I mean,
yeah, I feel like we're like sleeping on the Russians as America, because like,
I feel like you're
I-
sleeping on this.
peri-
man.
and
Look
I-
at this.
periodic table.
oh jeez,
Yeah, man. Wait,
I
is this
think
for
Robin Thicke was glad I mocked his grammar.
real? Oh, was that what it said? How do I go back?
Oh, that was the title
Where,
of the
I
last.
think Robin Thicke was glad I just mocked his grammar. I don't know what that's in reference
If you get
to.
parodied by Weird Al, you made it. You know,
Michael Jackson.
that's like you are
What else?
officially
What else
pop
did Weird Al
culture.
do?
Star Wars.
Star
He
Wars.
did Don McLean, American Pie. That
Oh,
was the Star
yeah.
Wars one. He
Apparently
did Lord.
Rambo.
I guess he did Rambo too. I don't know.
I didn't even know about that.
He did The Offspring. Um,
Yeah.
I think he did. I don't know if he did more than one Offspring, but
Yeah.
he did Pretty Fly for a Rabbi, which was one of my favorite Weird Al songs.
I forgot about that. Yeah, good point. Did he do Madonna? Mocks Madonna.
Yeah, I think one of his early ones.
Hmm.
One of his early ones
Fair
was Madonna. Or
Oh,
like in the
yeah,
80s
like a surgeon.
probably.
Like a surgeon. Yeah,
Cutting for the very first time.
yeah, that's the one. Oh, I can't spell surgeon. I'm dumb.
Surgeon. It's like sturgeon without the T.
That's the surgeon I want to operate on me, man.
Yeah. But
Nice.
yeah, I feel like if Weird Al parodies you, you made it. You know, it's like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Oh, he fucking didn't he parody LL Cool J? Was it? Or was it Cool? Who did Gangsta's Paradise?
Oh, he definitely did. I feel like he. I shouldn't say
Coolio, yeah.
definitely. Weird Al parodies. Maybe I should type that in.
Yeah, because he did Amish Paradise, which is
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, what the hell? I didn't know about this.
and then Coolio. I think Coolio got real mad at him at first. But then like
I could see that.
eventually made up with him and they hit it off real good after that.
How would Coolio get mad at Weird Al? Like, so many rappers take samples from like old soul and funk acts, like almost direct
But,
rips.
like,
Like what
People were a lot touchier,
back
you
then?
know, just like 30 years ago.
You think
yeah.
so?
Like you
I
would
don't know.
still take offense to things. And I feel like that's kind of the trend in the way that the world is evolving socially, is that like we're like no longer taking offense to anything.
You think so?
Whereas offense used to be a real big part of our culture.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Wow.
mean,
Yeah,
maybe
I
the
don't know.
things we're
Maybe.
taking offense to are changing. You know?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
like-
I mean, yes
like
and
no
no.
one take
I agree.
things personally anymore. I feel like, or it's not cool to, you know.
Take things
Whereas
personal.
back in the day, like you could take something real personal.
Yeah, it feels like people lean into things more.
Yeah.
Did Weira?
Now
did he
it's
do
mob like herd mentality.
Yeah. Watch out for that mob.
You know. So I try to stay away from them as much as possible. I don't like other humans.
Yeah, pandemic or not.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you know
Um,
how hard it was to like just speak rationally to people about anything that's going on in the world right now, and they like everyone's got their own
I
spin,
actually
you know?
don't know. Like, who do you talk to?
Yeah, see,
About yeah.
you're like me and you don't talk to people. But
nice. Yeah, that
No,
sounds
no, no,
about
but
right.
like seriously,
Well,
seriously,
like,
because it's so hard to have a good conversation with someone if they're like on some level that they're too caught up in their own worldview to even contemplate someone else's
yeah.
without immediately like defending themselves because it's like an
Mm,
affront on them, you know?
I guess so. I don't know. Do you have an example?
Yeah, like um, I talk with the security staff at my work, right? The ACOs, the prison guards,
Yeah.
and like they'll just get into these crazy like arguments about politics, and
Yeah.
it's just like, and I try to step back from it and be like, it's not like you guys are any different from them in like a real substantial way because you're just rooting for your team,
Right, like a
and
sport
like
event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
or like how some people are just so caught up in like that they don't believe anything the government says, or stuff like that. Which, to be fair, the government lies all the time. I know because I work for the government.
All governments, all governments lie.
But
Yeah.
you,
But
like to the point that like one of my staff
yeah.
was like trying to make coronavirus out to be a conspiracy on Facebook, and I had to remind them, hey,
wow.
you work for the government. And
You
I think
are
that like
kind of an accomplice.
yeah, like
Wouldn't you be
Yeah,
if
right.
you're like, yeah,
like but
that'd be pretty
and
funny.
I think that moment of self-reflection was like insightful to him.
What'd he say?
He's like, "Oh shit." Well, yeah, I
Was
mean, he joked about it later.
was he like
but
this? Was he like Bobby?
I don't
Was
think he was like that.
He's like, oh
Nah.
shit, I never thought about
Put him
that.
in his place.
Yeah.
He was more like Weird Al right there. See that
Oh, right.
parodies the Pixies, like one up
Right.
from there. Oh, that one too. Actually,
This one?
yeah, that's
This is
But I
you
mean,
looking
but,
at him.
Yeah.
But don't empires fall into that
The
trap
Pixies? Is
where
this
you
the Pixies? No.
they
Oh, that's a recent one.
promote fan participation in sports, and like the Coliseum was built to please the population, to get them riled up about their favorite gladiator, or us with our favorite Super Bowl champ or whatever.
I don't think the government like promotes
They do.
the NFL. How do they
No,
promote
the
NFL?
military has all kinds of advertisements all over sporting events, like
I would agree
Wouldn't
with a
that
lot
be
of
the
that.
other way around?
recruiting propaganda.
But that's
So-
different from the government or the military as a proxy promoting the sports.
No.
So the one thing I will say that supports that
Yeah, they do pack it up.
is that they put the NFL
Oh, and he's back on TikTok.
in certain like tax brackets or something. I don't know what the freaking term is, but they don't
okay.
tax them like they tax
Right.
you and me, right? Like the NFL is exempt from a lot of stuff that
Right.
you would expect that it pays taxes on, but it doesn't
Right,
because like it's considered to be something, and and some politician somewhere decided it was a good idea not to tax them, kind of like the church, right? At some point they were just like, no, we're not taxing the church,
You
and
see
so-
that?
Right.
You see that, man? When I asked for a reason, Kevin actually gave me something, and then instead you just said no, they do.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think
Oh, okay, cool.
they
like
promote
I go down rabbit hole.
That's not you saying yeah they promote it doesn't. It's not convincing.
But I mean,
they advertise.
It's
a
different.
Lot of advertising
Yeah, but that's
in
not-
sports.
If the military advertises on sports,
Yeah.
that's different from the military or the government promoting sports.
Mm.
That would be sports taking advertisement money and promoting. That would be the opposite of what you're saying.
Okay.
They're
Maybe
advertising
I
through
didn't-
them, so they're promoting themselves rather than
Yeah.
the sport.
Oh,
But-
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think that George Orwell was a time traveler. You ever read 1984?
Yeah.
I actually never have read 1984.
Yeah, I just heard. My
It's
brother,
a fascinating
my brother
book.
had
It's
it.
just it's a good story, and in the middle of it, he just drops this manifesto, like,
Shebang.
and the manifesto's like it's like he wrote this thing back in like 1950 or 1940 something, I think.
Right.
I think he
Right?
died
This
in
is supposed to be some
1949. So, but yeah.
Yeah, so he wrote this thing like the 40s then, and like he predicted all these things that are basically happening almost verbatim. You can argue, um, where it's like the TVs are watching us basically, which
Mhm.
is strictly true at this point. That's why the televisions are so cheap nowadays, is because they feed back information about us into these databases that they sell.
Right.
That's how they subsidize the cost of making these TVs. Um,
Hmm.
which is why like Vizio and Amazon and all that stuff can sell these
Uh-huh.
TVs for like ridiculously good prices.
Right.
And like how they're just like pitting two sides of a country against each other and some unknown enemy at the same time, where it's just like we're just always at war now, and like
Huh.
these people are the good guys, these people are the bad guys, and once in a while it just switches for no reason, and now these people are the good guys and someone else is the bad guys, and
Yeah.
it's just to keep us like, because we're united when we're angry at someone, and to
Hmm.
utilize the mob mentality. um it's a really interesting book.
Well,
Like, really, really
it
interesting.
goes back to
Hmm.
the enemy at the gates. The government has certain ways they could get control of popular opinion. Enemy at the gate,
Hmm.
rot at the top. Um, they know what buttons to press. Like Trump. Oh, the rot's at the top. I'm gonna go in and drain the swamp, and everybody voted for him. It's like
Yep.
well, not everybody, but I mean,
Well, actually,
you know,
just under half of America voted for him, but
yeah, no,
the Electoral College voted for
I
him.
was like, wow, rot at the top. Let's vote for him. It's like,
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah. So there's certain buttons to press. They know which ones to press when. And,
If you want a good read, I think that this is probably my favorite book.
Yeah, I gotta
I,
check
I,
it out.
I,
1984, yeah.
I put it very
Yeah.
high on my list of like intellectual concepts,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
um, and just
Well,
like he wrote this in like the 40s.
Yeah, I based my fictional story basically about um, 1984 and Brave New World and Animal
Mhm,
Farm
mhm, mhm.
and all those all those utopian.
I've never read
type-
Animal Farm.
Yeah, they kind of.
Have you read
sick
Empty
little
Nation?
Story. Yeah,
Have not.
Google Playbooks. You could just download most of them for free. I think in the month of November I have a special for free. You could just download
Right
any
on.
of any of the 14 books plus the manuals for free.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you read the Gulag Archipelago?
What is it
It's
called?
Kind of another the Gulag
off the bat, no.
Archipelago.
Gulag
yeah.
Archipelago.
But
I
that's
have
a
not.
real story, right?
That's the real. It's about this guy who was a captain in the Red Army. He gets thrown in the Gulag, and then
Ah.
yeah, basically the book is about his story through going through the Gulag. I think he was in for like
Mhm.
8 years, 11 years. I can't remember which one.
Holy shit. Published
But
in
yeah, he
73, huh?
Yeah, he kind of tells his story as well as other people's stories. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
And he also gives a bit of like Russian history and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy,
that's a
man.
real story,
yeah, it's intense. But it's crazy how like both of those books it's crazy how like not too many people know about the Gulag Archipelago because it won a Nobel Prize in 1970.
Wow.
Holy crap.
But I guess it's kind of the non-fiction version of 1984.
The real
Right,
Maybe.
right.
I don't know. I've never read 1984 because I'm a weirdo and I only read like science books or
You should
something.
watch the movie.
There's
Well,
a movie?
I think.
Oh
and-
yeah,
I didn't know there was a movie.
How many versions of 1984. Is there just one movie, or
I don't know. Is this guy in it? I'll watch
think
anything
that-
this guy's in. God, look at the mustache.
Probably there's 2 levels to 1984,
Yeah.
right? And one of them is the story inside of it. And like I said, in the middle of it, like he just seriously drops this manifesto, right? And like it's almost like breaking the third wall or fourth
Oh.
wall.
Is this Orwell right in the
where he just-
manifesto right here?
Yeah, and he just like lays this thing out for you, and it's like it's almost like a playbook on what the government will do to sway the minds of people
exactly?
and how like how effective it is. And I think the message that most people get from this book is that the government's bad, right? And it's like, oh no, they're
we need
they're
a
trying to
government.
take away our freedoms and all these things, right? But I don't think that was the message of the book to me. To me, the message of the book was that once a system of oppression and control is sufficiently in place, nothing an individual can do can stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
So, what makes you say that? Any particular thing?
For example, when Russia, which was documented as interfering with our election and putting President Donald Trump into power, the news broke on that, there was nothing we could do about that. And there's
Yep.
still nothing we can do about that.
We're still not.
And we know the FBI just released a statement saying that they're doing it again. They're doing it right now.
What are we gonna do? Censor the internet, or how would we stop?
Yeah,
them
I mean, like, realistically, like, how do we stop that?
from using social media?
I
Yeah, that's
don't have an answer to that. And
Hmm.
I don't have an answer to how we stop the Russians from interfering with us. And I don't have an answer to how to fix the problems with our political system. Because it's
Yeah.
sufficiently in place, in my opinion. You know, like,
Well,
I'm not going to
what's,
be able to go and, like, change the Electoral College by
Right.
myself, right?
Right.
So
I guess it also depends on what your view of change is, like the time scale. Because I don't think,
mhm.
I don't think one individual is going to be able to
Yeah.
change
Could
it
be
overnight.
And I wonder-
decades and decades. Yeah.
So,
like, in our lifetime, is it possible that we move towards
Possible.
something that's more reasonable, you know, or
Possible,
logical?
because the Electoral College was built back when the founders, they were a bunch of rich guys,
Right.
you know, and they had a protection. There's a protection system for their way of life. I mean, it was obvious, you know, they didn't want everything to fall into the hands of the what is it? What do they call us now? Polocratics?
no, I think
Yeah,
you
the
called it that.
Polocratics.
I don't know anyone else. I've
The
heard it.
proles and the proletariats and
Proletariats. Yeah.
That's a Roman
yeah.
term.
No, I think it's,
yeah.
It's
It,
a
it,
Roman
it used to
term.
describe a different class of people, right? But like there's the proles and then there's the what's the other Marxist word that they
The bourgeoisie.
bourgeoisie, yeah.
Okay.
And so this was kind of a commentary on that as well. It was very Marxist, I felt, but it was more fatalistic. I don't know if that's the right word for it. In the sense that like he was like, and there's basically nothing we can do about it once it's happened. You know, so like once this happens, it's done. So don't let it happen, guys. You know, was his warning in the 40s and 50s
think-
and.
I think there's always something you can do. It's just a question of how much impact it's going to be. Like,
Right.
I mean, for example, the Gulag Archipelago, one guy went on a mission to write this book and went underground and went into exile, and
Holy shit.
somehow it leaked out to other countries and people read it and people started to think about what was going on. It took time, but
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
it had
yeah,
a lot of impact, and so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess
I
I just
see that.
I generally don't like fatalist arguments like that. Like then it's just like, oh, I guess I'll just sit here and do nothing.
That's why I work for the government.
I think people like those
Sit there and
arguments.
do nothing.
I think people like those arguments. Oh, we can't. Well, it's nothing. There's no hope. So Yeah,
Right,
that's
right.
literally the easiest thing to do is to do nothing. So I don't know. It is.
Well,
I think it
and I
does.
think-
I think it can be expanded on. Like it is harder. Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
But then again,
I
I
think
haven't read
hopelessness-
1984, so.
Hopelessness is one of the most interesting emotions to me because
Yeah.
every emotion we have was developed with a purpose. Evolution. I mean, evolutionary persisted because of some reason, right?
Yeah.
And I think hopelessness persisted in our emotional like dictionary because it saves us energy.
Yeah.
It's a cheap way out. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I don't have to
You
do
conserve
anything.
energy and you can like hunt rabbits instead of like
Yeah. You could just
worrying
be
about
this
something
guy.
that is out of your control,
You could just. Yeah.
or perceived as out of your control.
Yeah, man.
But it's
Or you-
it's an interesting thought.
Or you could have just got
Anyway.
a TikTok account.
You gotta go, man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I got the message. All right,
Was
man.
that the cue?
Was fun.
Should I put
All
this up? They
Okay,
got
it's fun.
super.
Were you recording all of this?
I was recording pretty
Oh,
much
good.
all of
All
it.
right,
Yeah.
All right.
Yo,
So,
we're gonna
uh,
get hunted down by the
Fucking-
government, dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So should I not put it
If
on
if a
then?
guy in a black suit shows up.
Is
yeah.
that a sign?
I'm cool. You go for it, man. Do your
Okay.
thing.
All right. We'll figure something
All
out.
right.
All right, man.
Later, Kev.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Thanks. Bye,
See
guys.
ya.